We start with developing news this morning. Santa Fe police are investigating a suspicious death. About 8:30 last night, dispatch got a call of a shooting on East Alameda. It's just north of Monsignor Patrick Smith Park and Canyon Road. This is at Calle Juanita. They tell us a Hispanic man in his late 40s was shot and killed. Police have detained one man they think is the shooter. They're talking with him now. The area was closed overnight as officers investigated. They said they would let us know when the road reopens.
KRQE police are trying to find the killer behind what they call a disturbing murder. Neighbors heard a commotion coming from a vacant lot on Utah near Zuni and Wyoming yesterday morning. Later, police found a woman dead there. They are not saying how she was killed, just that it left officers shaken. Witnesses spotted a man leaving the scene. He's described as about 5'4", heavy-set with short hair, wearing black jeans and a red t-shirt.
All right, back to overnight news. A couple of cars crashed at Eubank and Parsifal. APD tells us 3 people inside one of those cars took off running. Cops found 2 of them so far. Inside the car, cops found a till box. It's the inside of a cash register with some cash in it. They're now investigating whether people in that car were involved in a robbery. Well, there is a new fleet of crime-fighting tools around Albuquerque now.
That's right. The city just unveiled a $45,000 mobile surveillance camera stationed at Pat Hurley Park. It comes equipped with floodlights, a PA system to scare off criminals, and police can actually see the cameras 24/7. Police can watch video from hundreds of places around the city. In several private businesses, though, APD isn't always watching due to some privacy concerns, unless there's a reason to. Now, APD says there is a high demand for surveillance. City Councilor Ken Sanchez says neighborhoods want more of these cameras.
We went and reached out to the neighbors, talked to the neighbors, and asked them about the privacy issue, and they were more concerned about safety. They said we would not mind the cameras at all if we knew our parks were going to be safe to take our family members.
Now, money for the camera at Pat Hurley Park came from Council District 1, where they had set aside funds.
It won't be just cars and houses anymore. The APD bait system has been so successful catching crooks, the department now plans to put the bait on smaller things. We're talking bicycles, tools, and computers, also tires, rims, stereos. Police can put the bait on just about anything thieves can get their hands on. APD is also now teaming up with Rio Rancho PD and the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Department.
This isn't just about bait cars anymore. It's about bait items. It's about us putting items out there in the community and hope that somebody steals it.
APD says it's also putting up these signs across the city. They warn anyone thinking about stealing that a bait car is in the area. Liz.
The feds need more time to choose educational contractors for the immigrant children who are being detained at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Artesia. It's federally mandated, just so you know, that the center provide educational services for the undocumented children. Now, Artesia Mayor Phil Birch says ICE, the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, needs additional time to choose among educational contractors. Currently, more than 600 women and children from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador are being detained in Artesia, awaiting either deportation or asylum. The first wave of National Guard troops has taken up observation posts along the Texas-Mexico border. The Texas National Guard says several dozen soldiers deployed in the Rio Grande Valley are part of the nearly 1,000 troops that Governor Rick Perry called for last month. This first batch has been specifically trained to man observation towers reporting suspicious activity. It's all part of a joint counter-drug task force. This deployment is costing an estimated $12 million a month.
U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder is promising the family of a teenager killed by police in Missouri this week a full independent civil rights investigation. Protesters gathered again in Ferguson, Missouri last night, as they have each night since Michael Brown was shot and killed by police last Saturday. He did not have a weapon and was just 18 years old. The protests have clashed with police in body armor using tear gas, smoke bombs, and stun guns and grenades. Holder says it's clear this has to stop. Ferguson is a suburb of St. Louis. It's nearly 70% black and patrolled by nearly an all-white police force. State police are there trying to get control of things now. And protesters in several cities all around the country are showing their solidarity with folks in Ferguson. This includes Albuquerque, where about 100 people gathered downtown last night.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up, don't shoot!
The Answer Coalition and many others gathered in front of APD's headquarters to protest the deadly shooting.
I think here in Albuquerque, we can definitely relate to the struggle in Missouri, with Albuquerque being one of the highest rates of police shootings in the country.
Meanwhile, President Obama is calling for peace and calm in Ferguson after days of violent protests and clashes with police.